Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be solving LeetCode 11, container with most water. Feel free to pause the video to read through what the problem is asking for, or feel free to also use the link in the description to go directly to the problem on LeetCode, but I find the example more descriptive. So for instance, given an input array heights, where each array kind of represents a height of think of it of a post. Okay, in this case, the first element is 1, this guy is 1, okay. The kind of picture, this picture helps us like picture it, okay. 8, 8, 6, 6, and on, okay. So we want to return the most amount of water that can fit in any two containers, okay. For instance, the most amount of water that can fit between the first index and the second element is just 1, because once you start filling water, it's not going to go past the shortest guy, okay. Never going to go past the shortest guy. Okay, this is a pretty straightforward problem. To be honest, I actually really like this problem. So the first way, the easiest way to solve this is brute force. Just iterate through this array, okay, and keep track of the area, and just keep the max area. And I'll show you guys what that means. So I'm gonna define a variable called max area. Set them equal to 0 for now, okay. I want to get the maximum area. So use the for loop for I none, okay. I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call this num1 for I and num1 in enumerate, okay. I believe the input array was called heights, so I'll just copy and paste them from out here, okay, for I in heights, okay. So this is gonna give me the first numbers, like looping through it, but I need the second number, so I'm gonna use the second for loop. Actually, I'm just gonna copy and paste because I'm a lazy dude. Okay, now I'm going to call this for j num2, okay, which is the second number I want to get, enumerate heights, okay. So I'm going from this guy. Again, keep in mind, I don't care if I equal j, I don't care, right? I don't want to check 1 to 1. It doesn't matter, even if I could, and it might give me the right answer, but I don't want to check 1 and 1. I want to check between 1 and someone else, 2 and someone else, 3 and someone else, okay, 4 and someone else, you know, just with someone else. But also keep in mind that if I equals 1 and j equals 2 and I check 1, 2, it's the same thing as checking if j equals 1, because both for loops are going, and I equals 2. It's the same thing, so I don't have to do that twice. So that means I only have to check when I is less than j. That's the only time I have to do this calculation to avoid redundancy, okay. So if I is greater than j, I'll only do the rest of this code. So I'll say I'll create a variable called area. The area of the specific two guys I and j am on, okay, is just equal to the absolute value, okay, of I minus j, okay, because that gives us the width, okay. I minus j gives us the width, okay. Absolute value of I minus j multiplied by, remember we said the only between two posts, the most amount of water that can fit is proportional to the height of the shorter guy, okay. Between two posts, most amount of water is proportional to the height of the shorter guy, not of the taller guy. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do minimum, because area is just the width multiplied by the height, so it's just the minimum of num1 wherever the smaller guy is, and num2. Okay, so this gives us our area for each iteration. Now we want our max area, and our max area is just equal to the maximum between our previous max area and the current area we just calculated. Whoever is bigger, we keep him, we dump the smaller guy, okay. Now once this loop is fully run, we just want to return our max area, okay. Not area, our max area, okay. I believe this should be correct, okay. This is brute force, okay. Let's go ahead and submit it and see what happens. This is brute force, so we might time out, because if we're given a super huge array, input array, we're probably gonna time out. Okay, good. So this solution is correct, but we timed out, and let's see the details of why we timed out, okay. Here's the input array we were given. See how huge it is? This is why we timed out, okay. Now let's go back, okay. Can we think of a better solution? although this works, okay, if you have an interview, this works, but this is not optimal. Okay, let's go back to the description. Let's think of a better solution. Let's see if there's any constraints they give us. Okay, no real constraint. So to find a better solution, I'm going to use pointers. Okay, I'm going to go through this array with 2 pointers, one pointing in the front, one pointing in the back, and just keeping track of each of the area. If the area is 2 pointers, I move, check, I move, check, I move, check, I move, check, I move, check. Just move accordingly till we find the 2 highest. Okay, so again, like I'm going to define my max area variable, set it to 0, just keep track of it. Going to define my left and my right pointers, just like a binary search. Left is always equal to 0, right equals to the length of our input array minus 1. Okay, so now a while loop. While the left is less than the right, okay, because we never want them to be equal, obviously, because we want to find the area between 2 posts. Okay, if height, okay, remember the height is constrained by the lower guy. Okay, we want the lower guy. So if the height of the left post is less than the height of the right post, okay, we want the smaller guy. He determines the area, the water that fits in there. So I'm gonna say if this is the case, max area is just equal to the max between the previous max area, and now we have to calculate our area, okay, between the previous max area. Okay, so the lower guy, the smaller guy, okay, is who we care about. So this is our height multiplied by our width. And what is our width? Our width is just simply, so we've established r is greater, r minus l, because r is bigger if it goes into this if loop. So next we're gonna have an else statement. Okay, and also if this is bigger, if we've established r is bigger, we want to increment our left pointer. Okay, else, okay, our else case means r isn't bigger, l is bigger. So again, it's gonna be similar but in favor of the bigger guy. Okay, so in this case l is bigger, so this is gonna be l minus r. Okay, and this is also gonna be r because r is the smaller guy, but formula stays the same. Okay, and now we're going to increment our right pointer, not our left, because the right is smaller. Okay, we're going to decrement him, go in here with the right guy. Okay, and once we're done with this pointer, this is literally we can return. Okay, let's go ahead and submit it and see. So this is actually at worst case scenario gave us the wrong answer. Okay, so I figured out what was wrong. Okay, this should still be r minus l, and this is because we're using pointers. So if I can show you, so our l pointer would always be on the left side, our right pointer will be on the right side. So we always want to, our in terms of width, our r pointer is always going to be bigger, especially because of this while loop. So we always want to do this. So this should be correct now. Bam! Oh wow, this is pretty good, faster than 91% and space of 45. So that's it for the video, guys. In the next one, I'm gonna show you guys visualize the code using our visualization tool and show you guys what is actually going on.